What's up, YouTube? Chief J here. Today I've got a little story for you guys. If you're friends with any motovloggers on Facebook, or if you are a fellow motovlogger, you know what I'm about to talk about. I'll talk about, I guess, first what happened to me, and then, because as far as I know, I'm one of the first people it happened to. I don't know if I was the first, but I know I was part of the first wave. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think about the whole situation. Before I start the story, I'm going to say this. I had, the situation's gotten much more complicated. Hey there, buddy. I had, for motovlogging, for the persona of Chief J, I had two profiles. I had a personal style profile under the name Chief J Motovlogs, and I had a page that I had set up just because I figured, you know, if anybody wanted to just like it, I was just going to post important updates like when a new video is out, and I was going to use the personal page kind of as a, you know, more to like get in touch with other people and so on, and post pictures and other random crap that I wanted to. You know, one has a more professional situation, more professional page, and the other one has a more personal page. So this was all well and dandy. I had a couple of likes on the Chief J page, which, you know, that's fine. And I had around the realm of 240, 250 friends on the profile. Thereby proving it's easier to have friends than people who actually like you. I primarily used the profile. I didn't use the page very much. Just every time I released a video, so I posted like 5-6 things in total on that page ever, and way more on the personal profile. A couple days ago, I went to go and log into Facebook on my phone, and all of a sudden it shows me, it redirects and says something like, you need to confirm your profile, which I had already done back when I first set it up. But, you know, I've had that happen on the personal profile that I've had for years. Every so often they want you to confirm your profile, and, you know, I get that. It's to combat spammers, and I have no problem with that. Well, that's what it said on the phone app, and I guess that's because it didn't really have a provision for that on the phone app. But when I actually went to go and get on my laptop, once I got home, and try to log in, it gives me this splash page saying that my profile appears, not that it is, but that it appears to be a fictional character or business or etc., not an actual person per se, and that that is a breach of Facebook's policy guidelines, and that I need to convert it to a page. I do want to specify, it gave me no option to appeal that or anything like that. It just said, this is your one option. It was either have my profile in limbo or convert it to a page. The honest to goodness truth is I was in fact in violation of that policy. Chief J Motovlogs isn't my real name, obviously. Or, I mean, I guess it could be, but that'd be pretty weird. So, at this point, I realized, like, there's no other way around this, so I gotta bite the bullet. So I converted it to a page, and what it did was it changed all the people I had as friends suddenly became people who liked my page. So I guess on the upside, all of a sudden I had a page with like 250 likes, even though I only have like 80 subs. So that's kind of funny, actually. Here's the problem with that, with the page, is I would have been alright with it, except first off, one big deal is I can't, like, all the people that I was formerly friends with that became my likes, I can no longer, like, my news feed no longer had anything from them. I didn't have a news feed anymore, actually. So that was an annoyance, because now I can't see updates from anyone, because now the only way I can see updates is if I like somebody else's page or follow their profile, and that would have made me have to go through everybody, you know, every one of my likes and start following them again. But then on top of that, the second big deal is I lose my ability to instant message people. I can't have private conversations with them anymore. That's a big deal. I mean, that's a really big deal. because to collaborate with other motovloggers for organizing meetups and dual vlogs and all that stuff, private messages are kind of important because I don't necessarily want to broadcast, oh, I'm meeting Palm Beach Rider at this place at this time, or I'm meeting Witness at this place at this time, or, Moto Adrenaline or whatever. I can't, I don't want to do that. I want to have that as a private conversation. So that was the big deal for me, was I lost that ability. I realized that this wasn't working out, so I have multiple emails. So I made another profile under Chief J Motovloggers, which maybe I was asking for it at that point. But I did that. I explained the situation to everybody. I explained what happened. And I added back, I had Motolexi recommend a ton of friends to me, so I didn't have to try to dig through the list of people that I had before and try to refriend everybody. It's much easier when I just have the suggestions and I just click, add friend, add friend, add friend. Well, I guess this tipped off Facebook's radar that I added like 150 friends within 10 minutes of making a new profile, because an hour later, that one got locked as well. It wanted me to confirm that I was real by showing me pictures of friends and telling me to identify them. Now, this is a problem for two reasons. One, the majority of these people that I had refriended are motovloggers. Most of them don't have face pics up. And Facebook, the way they do that is they use their facial recognition technology thing, and they use that so that they don't show you pictures people upload of just something that's, something random. But it didn't work so well because I still got random uploads that weren't of people at all, that were just, funny pictures or whatever. How the heck am I supposed to know who uploaded that? So that one got locked, and essentially that one is in limbo currently, but it's not really recoverable unless I got really lucky on getting 5 people in a row that I recognize. So far I've managed to only get 1, so that one's essentially dead too. So I finally made a third profile, which is currently up, and I hope to goodness it stays up. It's under JV, VEE. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to add that one or whatever. And I am currently playing that one super safe. I've got a ton of pending friend requests, and I'm only doing like a little bit at a time so I don't tip off whatever radar Facebook is using. Should also mention, this has affected quite a few people. I think Motolexi's on her 5th or 6th attempt. She got banned a little bit after I did. Tridden, I think, it's just a ton, and some big names too. Chase on 2 Wheels personal profile is gone. ZJ Motovlogs, and some others. So now I want to get to the second part, which is what I think about the whole situation. Now, a lot of people are crying, oh, it's unfair, that's not cool, blah, blah, blah. Well, my view on it's going to be is a little bit different. Yes, we were violating technically Facebook's terms, okay? Facebook's terms did state that you're supposed to use your real name. So, I can't really say anything particularly bad about that because we were violating that. So yeah, I don't think it's entirely unfair. What I do want to discuss with this whole purge thing is the right to privacy. If Facebook and Google as well, if you guys, though not as drastically, but if you guys do remember at one point, right around the time that Google was pushing everybody to have to use Google Plus to comment, they were also pushing heavily, hey, do you want to use your real name on your YouTube channel? So Facebook and Google are very much all about the real name. These companies want to emphasize using your real face, your real name online. The online you is the real you. It's just like the you that you use to go shopping and to, do whatever else you do. And there's a very good reason for that, which is, obviously, it's money. These are companies. They're out to make a profit. But specifically, Google and Facebook make their money, even though they may make other things. Google especially makes a lot of products nowadays. But in the end, they're all about information. Information is the money for them. Here's the thing. I don't agree that your online self should always be a mirror of your real self. Of course, when you're conducting actual business of any sort, let's say you buy something from Amazon, obviously they need your real name, your address, your credit card billing information. You are doing business with these people. However, when I am doing this, or, you know, whatever other projects I do, I'm sorry, you guys don't need to know everything about me. If you meet up with me in real life, you'll get to know my real name, you'll get to know what my face looks like. But for you on the internet right now, you don't need to know all that, because when you know that, you know everything. You know my real name, and you're one Google search away from where I work, my daily schedule. So yeah. These companies, they use the excuse of combating cyberbullying. Well, just like anything, just because something can be used irresponsibly and to a bad end does not mean it has to be banned for everybody who's using it for a legitimate purpose that's not harming anyone else. But yeah, this whole thing is, you shouldn't be banning my use of, or other people's use of, of using pseudonyms online, because their private information doesn't need to be out there to everybody. Just because I'm doing this and I'm broadcasting a certain part of me online purposefully does not mean that I automatically should have to broadcast everything about me to the world. That's just not how it works, all right? But that's how these companies want to make it work. That's my take on it. I'm also going to link, if you guys want a much better explanation of online privacy and the right to multiple online identities and all that, I'll put another annotation here somewhere. It's going to link to a really excellent video. I strongly suggest you guys check it out. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, that's my take on all of it. Thanks for sticking around as long as you guys did to watch this. Probably a bit of a long one, and it's not really a funny one or an entertaining one. But it definitely was something that needed to be made with the way this whole situation panned out. The bigger problem that people should really be focusing on is how these companies want to eliminate online privacy. That's the big issue. It's bigger than any little annoyance that any of us are individually facing as a result of getting our profiles banned. So yeah, guys, leave me a comment. I want to hear you guys' your views on all this, because this is definitely a hot button issue nowadays.